living love and singing along with the spirit of the day. Are one and a dream of peace right here and right now. You may love the sunshine and I may love the rain. The rain's okay too. But we are one as we stand together right here and right now. We let a love open the way. Yes to the day. Welcoming each other is not about being the same. It's living love and singing along with the spirit of the day. We let love open the way. We let love open the way. Living love and singing along with the spirit of the day. We let love open the way.
Hey, Lightworkers. So years ago, I had a conversation with someone and she was telling me how bad her relationship was, but that she couldn't leave him because it was her karma and she had to deal with it in this life or she'd have to pay for it in her next life, right? It's my karma, so I can't do anything about it. In the spiritual community, we do toss this word around a lot, right? Karma. It's my karma. So today I want to talk about karma, what it isn't, what it is, and then how can we do what would be called karma clearing. Now the term itself, karma, it's an old one. It's found in the Buddhist and the Hindu tradition, where it just basically means the consequences of our actions. In the Jewish culture, they call it a measure for measure. And it's again how a person's actions will have a corresponding consequence. Even in the Christian tradition, we hear you reap what you sow, right? Actions have consequences. So this idea of karma has been around for a very, very, very long time. And it's spread throughout different traditions. But there's some things we tend to think about karma, and it's not actually the whole truth. So what karma is not. One of the most commonly held beliefs about karma is that it is a type of punishment or a debt or maybe some kind of retribution. And we just have to try to pay off that debt. There is nothing we can do about it. In fact, karma never seems to be associated in just regular conversation. It's not associated with positive things. Nobody ever says, well, I got my dream job because it's my karma. And I've done some really nice things lately for other people, right? Nobody ever says that. Karma is also seen as a cause and effect cycle. I did a thing, and now I have the consequences for it. Now, in the whole Unity tradition, this does not make sense because retribution, punishment, paying off a cosmic debt does not align with the Unity principles, because that would mean we lived in a punishing universe, right? But see, in Unity, we believe God is all things, and that means me, and I'm creating my experiences through my way of thinking and acting. If we lived in a punishing universe, we'd have to be separate from God, right? It would have to be a God out there who didn't pay attention to us except for when we did something wrong, all right? Only a God out there hands out punishments and rewards. And it's also not quite cause and effect. Cause and effect is generally events that are just impersonal events. And the thing is that these events, they can't be traced back to the original cause. For example, I'm wearing this today because I just felt like getting up and wearing this. Now, if this had been in the laundry, the dirty laundry, I would not have worn it. So I could say, oh, I didn't wear my black top because it was dirty. It was dirty, and the effect was I didn't wear it. But also, because everything is interconnected, what if the person who designed this shirt decided not to make this and make something else? So I wouldn't have purchased this shirt. It would not be available for me to wear. So I would have worn something else. So everything is connected. So we can't always trace back through cause and effect to the originating event. Now, another thing about events is it doesn't matter what the event was. We will still all experience it differently depending on our karma. So let's go into what karma is. And I think Ernest Holmes, he explained it the best, right? His is the best. I love his definition. He says, karmic law is the use that man makes of his mentality. Karma simply means the mental tendency. It's not inevitable retribution. At any time, we can change our thinking and set in motion a new experience. So karma is the use that we make of our mentality. It's a mental tendency. Now, a mental tendency is when we go on autopilot and we don't think about what we're thinking about. And then through our mental tendency, it's how we're choosing unconsciously as life is unfolding. And so, for example, years ago, I worked for a mortgage company and it got bought out by another mortgage company. Hundreds of us were laid off. And so we all had to go on to do the next thing, and we didn't all like it. Most of us were not excited about it. But a year later, we had a dinner reunion, and there were like 20 of us that went. And it was very interesting going around that table to see who viewed the event as an opportunity and who viewed the event of getting laid off as being victimized. See, it was just the event, but we all saw it differently. Right? I saw it as an open door to train to be a massage therapist. That's how I got into holistic healing. And I know somebody else who sold their house and moved to Santa Barbara and got into the publishing business. Exciting. That was very exciting, I thought. But I also knew some people who they joined a temp agency and they kept trying to get a permanent job back at that old mortgage company. They didn't like the change. Now, cause and effect in this particular case, we could say it had to do with internal policies of the new mortgage company, how when they come in, they lay off some people. But we can't keep tracing that path back because it's infinite. Well, why is that their policy? What happened, before? What were they doing 20 years ago? Like, we just can't trace that path. However, we can trace the path of karma, because karma is a mental tendency. It's about how we do what we do when we're not thinking about what we're thinking about. So, when it comes to events, we want to look at what was our consciousness when we showed up for life that day. Okay, if something happened, did we show up thinking, why me? That's not fair. Why does this always happen? Or did we show up thinking, well, okay, that was weird, but what's available to me now? What could I try now? What can I get curious about now? So you can see our experiences are actually different from the actual event itself. In the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 24, it says, the sun rises on both the evil and the good, and it rains on the just and the unjust. Somewhere, somebody is waking up to a beautiful sunny day, and they are thinking about that, and they are grateful, and they are thinking, what a beautiful day. I'm so grateful for such a beautiful day. Now I feel like it's just going to be a cool day. It's going to be a really nice day. It's going to be an amazing day. But someone else is waking up, and they're not noticing the beautiful sunrise. They're not noticing the beautiful blue skies. Instead, they're thinking, well, I couldn't even sleep in, and I'm really tired, and I don't want to have to go do this, and I feel so unfair. Karma, it's our mental tendency. It's how we show up when we're not thinking about what we're thinking about. Now, if we are in victim consciousness or lack, limitation, restriction, fear-based consciousness, we may miss opportunities that are presented to us. When I started being the caregiving manager for my mom and my aunt back in 2014, I had an opportunity to go to a kind of a special fun event, and I was excited, but then I found out that my caregiver needed that time off, and I was upset. I mean, I wasn't upset at her, like it was a legitimate reason to go, that she needed, she had a legitimate reason for doing what she did, but I felt, poor me, it's not fair. I have to miss all the fun things. Why am I the one stuck doing this? Now, the funny thing was, in my life, I had a few other caregivers willing to come in on short notice and just work for a few hours. And one of them actually left me a message. It's like, oh yeah, let me know if you need me. I could be there. And I just went back to thinking, I have no choice. Woe to me, I have no choice. But see, at the time, because of being in victim consciousness, I did not think that I had any choices. I didn't think I had an option. I didn't see that as an option. I didn't see it was a gift being handed to me. All right, so we know that karma is not punishment. It's not a debt that we have to try to pay off. It's a mental tendency, our way of thinking and acting when we're not thinking about how we're thinking and acting. So how do we clear our karma? How can we do this? Well, Ernest Holmes says karma, it's a mental tendency, and it can be changed by right thinking and right action. Right thinking plus right action equals a new experience. Now, when we are on a spiritual path, there is a lot of emphasis placed on this idea of changing our thinking to change our life, shifting our perceptions, changing our attitudes. And the implication here is that it's all done on the mental level. But see, the mental level, only if we think about something on the mental level, that does not mean our lives will change. For example, you think about that you have to do some laundry. That doesn't mean your laundry is done. You have to take action, right? You have to actually go get those dirty clothes and put them in the washing machine. And then remember to put them in the dryer. And then remember to take them out. Ernest Holmes says we change our mental tendencies through right thinking and right action. Now, there's right thinking, which is, you could call it like positive thinking or like aligning with the divine within us kind of thinking. And then there's also victimization thinking, limitation thinking. So we also can look at how it's not just about doing our laundry, but how are we doing our laundry? Now, if we're in what you could call negative thinking, that could look like, wow, I have to do laundry again. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm always doing laundry. And then I have to remember to put it in the dryer. Ugh. We can actually let our laundry victimize us. So right thinking means we're aligning with the divine within us. Right thinking is about remembering our place in the universe, remembering who we really are. We are an expression of the divine. Right thinking plus right action leads to a new experience. So a way that we can change our thinking, like go into right thinking and then take right action, is to start practicing appreciation and gratitude. And we get some perspective now. When we practice gratitude and appreciation, we get a whole new perspective. Now, when we practice appreciation, we do have to just start wherever we can. And so if you are in a deep victimization thinking, remember, when we are deep in victimization thinking, we might not remember we have an option. So what we're really doing is just trying to notice when we feel bad. And so if we're being victimized by our laundry, we can think, okay, well, yeah, I don't like doing laundry. I don't, that's just, it wears me out. I don't like having to put it away. But at least I have a washer and dryer. I don't have to haul all my dirty laundry down to the creek. So there's that. But then that can lead to, well, and I have a lot of other nice things in my house that help make life easier, actually. Washer and dryer, they help make life easier. And I also have a refrigerator, and that helps make life easier. Right? Because I have a nice refrigerator, a refrigerator that works, that means that the ice cream is kept cold. Right? The meat and the cheese are kept cold. Right? So through the practice of gratitude, we're shifting our perspective and see gratitude is a game changer. It is a game changer, but it has to be practiced a lot. It has to be practiced a lot. Keep this in mind. For people who are enjoying their life and they're in sync with the universe and they're receiving guidance and they are like in the flow, they are practicing principles more than the average person. So we would want to start practicing more than the average person. So what do you think the average person does when it comes to a gratitude practice? And you want to 10 times that, right? A couple times a day, 2 or 3 times a day, have a gratitude practice. Now the gratitude, appreciation, it is so game-changing, it is so life-changing, that now we start showing up to our life differently, no matter what the conditions are. Because the gratitude process is helping us to clear our karma, but what we're actually doing is we're rewiring, through all these neurons in our head, we're rewiring our mental tendencies. So we won't have that automatic reaction of lack consciousness, victim consciousness. Instead, we'll find ourselves, instead of reacting, we'll be responding. Now, my mental tendency used to be more consistently in victimization. And through these practices, and it's been a long time, but I am more optimistic now than I've ever been. Remember, we're creating our experiences through our way of thinking and acting. And that way of thinking and acting is either through limitation thinking, and we'll see our whole life through the lens of limitation, lack, restriction, fear. And we're going to make our choices through that lens, through that perception, and we're going to end up choosing small. We're going to end up making choices that keep us stuck. But if we are doing right thinking, like, wow, okay, the universe is on my side. The universe is on my side. God is all things, and that means me. I'm an expression of the divine. And then we're going to choose through that perception. I'm supported, right? The universe has my back. That's the kind of choices we're going to make. And then we will be more likely to choose to step out of our comfort zone, to listen and act in faith. We'll be more likely to make choices that, okay, I may not know how to do this. I may not know where this is going, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Right thinking, right action rewires our brain. So here is our affirmation for this week. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am free. That's an easy one, huh? You remember that karma, it's a mental tendency. So we don't have to wait for the universe to decide when we have been punished enough. We do not have to be controlled by a mental tendency. That can be changed. But we do have to know when we are caught in a mental tendency. And so that will require cultivating some awareness. Luckily, we only have to be aware of how we're feeling. Now, when we are in victim consciousness, in lack, restriction, fear, that feels bad. That feels bad. So we're going to know that. It's like, whoa, okay. Now it may not occur to us that we have another option, but we will for sure know, yeah, I'm not liking this right now. We're going to know that. I'm not liking this right now, man. I feel like the universe is out to get me. Okay, so we can notice that. We can notice our inner conversations. Our inner conversations when we are in victim thinking, lack, limitation, restriction, fear. Our inner conversations can sound like, wow, nothing ever goes my way. Life is not fair. Why is life so hard? Why do my friends have it so easy and I'm always just struggling to get through my day? We can notice that. We can notice our inner conversations. And I think most of us tend to have kind of a go-to, hate statement in our imagination that we just go to. Nothing ever goes my way. Life's not fair. Life's not fair. Life's not fair. So here's the invitation for this week. Just practice noticing that. Just notice your inner conversations. Notice when you don't feel good about life. Notice when life feels unfair. You can notice that. You can. We're all capable of doing that. You don't even have to have any solutions. You don't. Just notice your inner conversations and then do a rampage of appreciation and start small. Okay, start small. When life's feeling really hard, it's crazy to think, I'm so happy and grateful for all the things in my life. That's really hard to do. But when life is feeling really, really hard, you can start with something like this. Okay, fine, I noticed I'm not feeling so good right now. In fact, I feel really meh. I feel really meh. And I can hear those conversations about how hard life is. And wow, I am telling myself, goodness, life is hard. Life is hard. But I do know that I can find things to appreciate in my life. I can do that. I've done that before, and I can do that. I can start just by finding a small thing. I can find a small thing to appreciate. And I can feel good about that. Just one small thing. And what I do know is as I look around my home, there is already so much evidence of good. There's a lot of evidence here that the universe responds to me. And I can think about events in my past where I had a good time, good memories, where the universe responds to me. There is so much evidence of good. And right here and now, I can decide, well, I'm going to keep seeking the evidence of good in my life. And I know that when I seek, I will find. That is a law. Ask and it is given. So I can seek. I can seek out more evidence of all the good available to me. I can seek out the evidence of this being an abundant and giving universe. I can seek out the wonder that is God and see how that plays out in my whole life. right? I can seek out the evidence of all the miracles. I can seek out the evidence of all the good things that they came my way. And when I seek, I will find it. So when I seek out the wonder that is God, I will find it. When I seek divine direction, I will receive divine direction. Right? When I'm seeking like a new idea or some inspiration, I will receive that. When I seek it, I will find it. And that is how we are creating heaven on earth. So remember, until next time, you are divinely designed to be doing all of this. You have a divine code within your DNA. You can say you have divine DNA. Right? You are a one-time, one-of-a-kind cosmic event. In everything you do, you are blessed, and so it is.
I am free, I am unlimited. 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 I am free. I am free to live a life expanding infinitely. I am free to be someone who believes all I need is within me. And to be free, to be unlimited, it's my destiny, and I'm singing it. I am free as God created me. Everything's working out for me. When I believe, then I will see. My life is filled with possibilities. To be free, to be unlimited, to be me. I am free, I am unlimited. 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 I am free. I am free to live a life that's filled with synchronicity. I am free to be a little bolder and show up a little brighter every day. And to be free, to be unlimited, it's a choice we make and I'm choosing it. I am free as life created me. And everything, it goes my way, and my heart guides me through my day. And every choice, it opens up the way to be free, to be unlimited, to be me. Free, we are unlimited. We are 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 free. We are free. We are free. We are free. You